That's a myth. Now for the top story tonight, reaction with us here in New York City, Geraldo Rivera, and from Miami, Bernie Goldberg. So, you were working at CBS when I was down there covering the Falklands War. What say you, Bernie?
Well, yes, I was at CBS. I was in New York covering domestic news around the country for the Dan Rather Evening News while you were in Argentina. So I am not going to get into anything that Mother Jones said about you. You've dealt with that, and if you want to deal with it any further, that's up to you. The serious question for me is this. Is Mother Jones using journalism as a weapon, a political weapon, to go after an enemy? You know, you. And they could have run this story years ago. They could have run their charges or allegations years ago, but they chose to run it after the Brian Williams episode, right? And that makes you wonder, is this about, well, if one of ours goes down, a liberal journalist, Brian Williams, then one of theirs, Bill O'Reilly of Fox News, is going to go down. And for a liberal journalist, at least for a far-left journalist, going up to Bill O'Reilly is like opening presents under the tree on Christmas morning. One more point, and this is important. The Brian Williams story broke because soldiers went to the military newspaper, Stars and Stripes. This story broke because a far-left journalist working for a far-left magazine made the charges. I'm going to be overly generous and simply say it makes you wonder if this was about journalism or about politics.
How do you see it, Geraldo?
I have no doubt. The purge of Brian Williams by NBC led directly to this. This was the yin to the yang. This was the action-reaction. They got him, therefore we had to get you. It was an absolute counterpoint to the Brian Williams scandal. I lament it. I saw it coming. That's why I absolutely criticized the extent to which people were obsessing over Brian Williams and the lie. He told the lie. Let him correct the lie. Let him apologize for the lie, but he was destroyed. Now they're coming after you to try exactly the same thing. It is so scary to me, Bill, because what's next? Is it Senator Joe McCarthy going to be resurrected now? Yep. And he's going to hold in his hand, I have a copy of every communist in the TV news industry, and I will reveal them at a date in the future. But this is absolutely scary and preposterous.
It is. It's very frightening. But here, Bernie, it's not about me. I'm lucky. I believe in God because God produced that memo for me last. The odds of me finding that thing had to be 10,000 to 1. All right? And I have a television show. I can fight back. I can discuss it with you guys. Most people don't have any way to fight back. They get smeared on the net. As Geraldo pointed out, could be any politician, could be any public servant, anybody, anywhere. And these people picked it up. There wasn't one, not one internet site that reran this reportage or this accusation from Mother Jones that identified the political component that Geraldo just spotlighted. Not one.
Whatever else the web is, and it's many, many good things, whatever else the internet is, it's a platform for, not in this case anonymous, but in other cases, for anonymous defamation. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a platform of destruction. You can destroy a person's family, a person's livelihood, and nobody's going to help you.
Bill, listen, I said something about Jon Stewart once that his many fans didn't like, and somebody wrote, I am not making this up, somebody wrote, did you know that in it was either 89 or 99, I'm not sure which, did you know that in 1989, Bernie Goldberg killed a woman and kidnapped a baby? I'm telling you, they said. And then I did some research, and they said the exact same thing about Glenn Beck. So I rested easy, figuring that's what they say about people
and
they
the
don't
reason
like.
that I'm taking the viewers' time tonight is to reinforce that this is out of control. I'm going to give you the last word. You've been in a lot of war zones, okay? You know the shorthand of it. You know, you cover Grenada. You can't go down the island of Grenada. Nobody was allowed. But you cover the war. You cover Grenada. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people who have been there, like you and me, we do routinely. But now, anything that Geraldo Rivera says, Bernie Goldberg says, as you just pointed out, or Bill O'Reilly says, It could be 35 years ago. He's going to be taken and try to injure us with it.
One of the most irksome things about this entire phenomenon is that the vast majority of these accusers have never put themselves at risk at all in their professional careers. They sit in the safety of their mother's basements with their bitten fingernails on the computer, attacking people they don't agree with ideologically, philosophically, whatever it is, demographically, whatever it is absolutely the peril of the web. This is the future. I am glad that the news has been universalized and democratized and you can get it from everywhere. But for goodness sakes, there's no checks and balance anymore. There are editors now that can hold people accountable. This is absolutely the peril of the future.
And we're going to hold Geraldo over because he's being attacked for saying hip-hop is hurting black people. And it's almost the same thing. Not quite, but almost. Hey, Bernie, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Okay.